Why, oh, why? Before we get into that, though, folks, let me first welcome you to my humble off-grid homestead in the forest. Um, if you can see, it's a cloudy day, and it's been cloudy, overcast and somewhat rainy for the past 20 days, I would say. And the rain isn't like rain showers or pouring down downpours or torrential rains, but like some places get around the globe or even in Canada. But very gentle, um, really gentle, sometimes even drizzle coming down. And we also get a few days of, not consecutive, but a few days of fog, which is really nice and kind of romantic. And I really like anything that's out of the ordinary. And because we don't get those sort of days here much, I think they're precious to me. Although I know that some of you who are, if you're watching this from, say, like the UK or some parts of Europe or even some parts of Canada where you get, I don't know, 26, 27 days of rain in a row, it can get really depressing and annoying. Which is kind of what I wanted to talk about today. And that is, if it weren't for what I call happy lights, you might call it Christmas lights, this being the last week of November, and the stores get into the whole decorating and the Christmas carols and all that way too early, if you ask me, because then you just get so tired of hearing it. But if they were to start in December, it would probably be better. But anyway, the question I wanted to ask is, why are we still using a Christian calendar for, well, everything? So the reason I'm asking that is that with so many people, so much of this, let's talk about this. When you look at the population of the globe, 8 billion. Of the 8 billion, so many of them are not Christian. So I don't know what percentage represents the Christian population, 1/5 maybe. And then of the population of the general 8 billion people, how many more are actually even religious? I mean, more people are choosing to be agnostic or atheists. I'm not. I'm not an atheist, but I believe in something. I know there's a programmer up there, but I'm not religious. In fact, you might say I'm anti-organized religion, even though I have 4 or 5 of the big ones, religions in my family. I'm not religious. I think they're responsible I was going to say for a lot of what's going on, not just around the world today, but all the conflicts for I don't know how many hundreds of years. But that aside, the question today is, why are we still going with a Christian year, with a Christian calendar? Everything. If you're buying a car, it's whatever 2000 whatever. If you're holidays are mostly Christian holidays. So if you're getting a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever the kids' school holidays, that's based on Christian holidays. If you're, uh, you know, just almost everything's based on that. If you're building a house, they say how old is it? Is it just 2020 or 1820? Still Christian calendar year. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Something expires, calendar, pharmaceutical drugs, which I'm against also. And so I think it's about time, honestly, that we would consider doing away with the Christian calendar. I'm not saying in favor of the, the the Jewish calendar or Islamic calendar or a Buddhist calendar or Mayan calendar. I just, you know, I think it makes no sense because it doesn't. It's not even like it's a majority of the population around the globe is Christian. You say, well, majority kind of rules, and they want it that way, and so that's how it's supposed to. That's how it's gonna be. You like it or not, but it's such a and those who are Christian even are either not practicing, not all of them, but some percentage, some, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's a growing percentage that are becoming either turning away from it, or maybe they're converting or something. So it's not even like something. It's a growing religion, and so yes, so maybe they might be the minority as a whole, but they're growing, so we have to be going with their calendar. I would like to see us be independent of that. So if, for instance, if the holidays, school holidays, Christmas holidays, was for now they're called Christmas holidays, are a week or two or however length of time you get it where you live, that should be available to the people, to that number of days, a week or two or three or whatever, should be available to whoever that wants to take it, regardless of what their religion is, whenever they want it. So imagine this. Why are we shutting down many businesses, mail, post, schools, whatever, all at once, pretty much? When imagine in a country, say in Canada, I'm just going to talk about Canada, since that's where I live. So in Canada, if the Christmas holidays are a week or whatever, imagine at least the very 2 days or 3 days or whatever that they're shut down. Same for Easter. I'm not just talking about Christmas holidays. This is Easter, whatever. So whatever number of days that the country or banks or whatever is shut down for completely, 2 days, 3 days, not to mention a week or two or whatever that the schools are off. So imagine if somebody wanted to, or worse, needed to work on those days. You know what I mean? And they're not Christian. And even if they are Christian, they want to work on those days. Why are we not letting them work on those days? Why are we shutting down the whole country or countries for those few days? It's insane. Somebody has to work. I mean, there are people that, when I had one of my last menial job, I work every holiday, every Mother's Day, every Christmas, every New Year's. That's the other thing, New Year's. Why are we going with a Christian New Year? Jewish New Year has been around for I don't know how many years. Pagan New Year's, which I would probably consider myself more of. It's been around for I don't know how many thousands of years. I personally celebrate the first day of spring, the spring equinox. So if I want that day off, I should be able to take that day off and get paid for it. If someone's getting paid for the New Year's or New Year's Eve or the first day of New Year's of a Christian year. Anyway, I didn't mind working because I needed the money, and so I was just in a work for an industry, hospitality industry, where they needed me to work every holiday. So I worked every holiday. Not everybody did, not everybody needed it, not everybody wanted to, but I needed it and I did it. So what I mean is, you don't see pilots, for instance, taking those days off, but or maybe nurses or surgeons. So I think it should be open to the whole public to decide what days, um, however days they would be able to take if they whatever according to their beliefs. And for instance, like I said, I celebrate the first day of the spring, but there might be as a pagan or as people did as a renewal day of renewal. In fact, my website is called A New Day. I've based it on that, and also because I believe every day is a new day. Whatever you didn't get to accomplish yesterday, whatever that didn't work out for you yesterday, today is a new day. So potential is there for you to make things right, or for things to happen for you today. But so for, say, someone who is an atheist and maybe not even believe in the first day of spring as a day of renewal, why shouldn't they be able to get paid for or have a holiday, paid or unpaid, the day that they want to, whenever that happens to be? Maybe they like the well, I'll tell you some of my favorite days of the year are the longest day of the year, because I'm a morning person. I love June, is it 30th? Something like that. That's one of my favorite days. But I also love the longest night, because as much as that's the opposite of the longest day, I know that once that day is done, which is in about a month or so, December 21st, that means from here on, it's all upside for me, for people that like mornings. But if you're a night person, it might be the other way around for you. One of my, my point is that imagine somebody likes a day like that, has nothing to do with anything. They just pick a day that maybe even at random that makes sense to them. Let them have that day off if they want it, with or without pay. Wouldn't that be great if we all had days that we could have that's tailored to our beliefs, not some other entity, not for instance, there's a Black Friday is coming up in a few days, and that's become a holiday sort of. It's an official day of shopping for Christmas. Yes, it's Christmas. And that, if some of you who don't know, is it's called Black Friday because that's the day that the businesses that were in the red, that were in trouble, that had debts or whatever, were able to now go into black. They would be able to have enough sales that now they're out of danger. And so I would like to I would like to pitch the idea to you again, if I may, to let's do away with any holiday or day or whatever that's geared to a religion. I know I have an issue with organized religions, but any religions or anything like that says that everybody has to abide by this. The whole country, the car manufacturers, the window manufacturer, after the expiration is whatever day after it was produced on whatever day, again, of Christian day. Let me know what you think. I mean, am I alone in this? I hope not. I don't think so. But anyway, in the meantime, enjoy. These don't have to, they are dark days, but they don't have to be depressing days. Put up your happy lights, and call them happy lights. Don't have to call them Christmas lights. Put up your wreaths. I mean, I don't have a shortage of trees. I can walk into the forest, and I don't have a action camera, but maybe if I get one, I will go in the winter if I go snowshoeing, or even now. I was doing some garden work, a little bit adding leaves to the compost, and outside smells so delicious because remember I said it's been raining for not raining consecutively, but off and on, drizzle, couple of days, but no sun is what I meant. I mean, it's bright as you can see, but no sun. I mean, the sun goes up every day, but the cloud cover is such that sun's not coming piercing through it. Anyway, when I go out, when I pass by the evergreens, firs or pines or spruce, you can really smell the smell that you're smelling. Some of you associate that with the smell of Christmas because that's when you bring in your Christmas tree in, or that's when you make your wreaths. That's either inside or outside on your hanging on your door. Well, I have that year round here, and so even though it shouldn't be a uh, like an anomaly for me. It's a treat for me every time I go out, every time I'm in the forest and I smell that. But I'm saying get that if you can. If you even better, go into the forest and smell that. Right now, if it's getting cold here in many parts of the planet, I'm not talking people that have the reverse seasons than us, but I mean people that other parts of even Canada where we share the same seasons. Um, it's yours. It's kind of dreary and all that, but it's not so cold that you can't go to your favorite trails or if you have a forest near where you are and really smell the decaying leaves because of all the rains that's come in and they're sitting on moisture under the ground and the mycelium starting to maybe nibble at the leaves. It should really be even the heightened, the smell of that gorgeousness should be even more intense where you live. Try it. Don't you don't have to stay home and get depressed and go on antidepressants and that. This outside is an antidepressant. As I say, think outside. Box not required. Anyway, namaste.